Hey everybody, Lord Dilly here. Thanks for checking out the video. Normally I do gaming videos, but this Thanksgiving Day game for the Cowboys has me so frustrated that I feel like I had to make a quick video and just discuss some of the penalties they got tonight. The really bad officiating. Cowboys made some mistakes, don't get me wrong. The officials were horrible. I think there was 25 flags, like 250 yards, something like that between both teams. Most of the flags were ticky-tacky at best. So I have a list here, and then I'm going to show the video in just a second of the last penalty against Anthony Brown. Check this out. So first thing that happened, refs reversed the call on that crazy Keanu O'Neal fumble play, which was like out of this world. That was a play of the season so far for Keanu O'Neal and for this team, probably top 10 player of the year so far. Without an official review, the refs just reversed the call on the field after like 60 seconds of discussing it. I guess New York had called down. They were in contact with New York, didn't announce any sort of official review, and they just changed their mind. And so that's why McCarthy didn't challenge it, because it was already, I guess, reviewed by New York. That was crazy, and that kind of set the pace for just horrible calls all day. You had Joseph was ejected for some just straight up nonsense. He was drilled out of bounds by the punt play, taken out of bounds all the way to the wall, and he was ejected for the fight that ensued afterwards. I don't know how he got ejected, because he was the one that was the victim in the whole thing, so that was weird. Pollard had a massive run up the middle. It was like a 20-30 yard gain, called back by a phantom holding penalty. Towards the end of the game, Tyron got called for a phantom holding call. Now, it was a third down play. Dallas would have got penalized for illegal formation, but a 5-yard loss there and replay a third down is a lot better than a 10-yard holding penalty and replay a third down. So that one was super sketchy. And I'm sure I'm missing someone here, but I want to get to this last play now with Anthony Brown. Yeah, check it out here. So this is not illegal in the NFL. There is no such thing as face guarding. Anthony Brown has as much right here to hold his ground or be physically where he's at as the receiver. The key term here is he cannot impede the receiver's movement. He cannot impede the receiver's movement. Tell me at what point here he impeded the movement of the receiver. Remember where this is at. Okay, ball's thrown, it's in the air. Right here. Okay, receiver's right here, already in the air. His momentum's carrying him this way. Anthony Brown's momentum's carrying this way. Anthony Brown's not pulling him, pushing him, barely has his hands on him. Check it out. When you don't get your head around, they become much more technical. Look at it again. Show me where he's impeding the movement of the receiver. Please tell me how that's a penalty. I understand that some refs call this, sometimes they don't. In this situation, overtime, 3rd and 18, Derek Carr knew what he was doing. He knew how bad these refs were all day long. All game long, these refs threw just horrible penalties all game long. So he knew what he was doing. He knew that it was man-to-man coverage, which, by the way, is a horrible call by the Cowboys to play man-to-man. Anthony Brown's been penalized 3 times for DPI. You don't play a man-to-man in the situation, but they did. And Derek Carr knew what he was doing. He threw the ball at Anthony Brown's back on purpose because he knew the refs were going to call this. Again, nothing about that, though, is pass interference. I mean, if they're going to call and talk to New York randomly throughout the game, this is probably one they want to get right. Now, he barely touched the wide receiver, didn't impede his progress. The ball was behind Anthony Brown. A horrible call. But go figure, you know, the game's going to end that way. Makes sense. All right, well, hopefully the Cowboys, when they get Cooper back and Lamb back, offense looks a little bit better. I know Dak missed a couple throws tonight, didn't look great. Had a really great drive to tie the game up. But need to play better. I hate this saying that you got to take it out of the refs' hands, because refs have the ability to make these game-changing decisions, these game-changing penalties. And they absolutely change the course of the game. Nobody can tell me otherwise. The good teams beat the refs, yeah. Okay. Well, it's tough when, you know, you got a 30-yard gain and it's called back over a BS penalty, or you're giving up, you know, 3rd downs all night because of, you know, there were some legit calls. Probably 3/4 of them were bad calls. So hopefully they get better when they get healthier, and we'll see where the season goes. Thanks, guys.